Now we will meet some super realistic virtual patients. I welcome, I think, our only Icelandic company for today. It's Mirno. Welcome up on stage, Ian.
Mm-hmm. Every day, doctors and nurses are trained using methods which do not reflect real patients. Medical training is the often unseen method by which clinical skills are developed and people with a medical education become clinicians that are able to work as an effective team in an emergency scenario. Today, the main methods are mannequins, which are synthetic and have limited robotic capabilities, or new emerging technologies like virtual reality, which are very immersive and have lots of rich content. The dilemma for medical educators is that all medical simulation is a compromise. They either have the choice of a mannequin which is obviously quite lifeless and doesn't look like a real patient with the dynamism and the needs that patients have, or they use a technology which tends to shut them off from their colleagues, from that dynamic that is essential in medical care, which is working as a team. Our solution are Mirno virtual patients. Our company has roots in the video game industry, and we're using these skills to bring them into medical simulation. We're starting from the ground up. Our goal is to create virtual patients which are just like the patients in real life. They're to reflect the diversity and the differences in real people. We also want to show signs of illness, degradation, real physiology to the best of our ability. Our product is called Cinemedic Pro. Cinemedic puts our virtual patients onto a large touchscreen, and with a what you see is what you get interface, you're able to directly work on these virtual patients as if it's a virtual hospital bed. We're going through the airway, breathing, circulation, disability, and exposure processes, which are critical for understanding what is wrong with a patient in a serious medical emergency. This is how it's used. Cinemedic is not about trying to teach you a tactile technical skill. Rather, it's about really activating the senses, the sight, the touch, in order to get a team to work together. These are two pediatricians in Italy just 2 weeks ago, working with Cinemedic, working through the problems, correcting each other, going through the different requirements that they need. You can see that the communication in real healthcare, it's choppy, it's not as glamorous as the TV wants to make out. We launched Cinemedic at Gothenburg University, and in the first months of this year, we also expanded to CAMES, which is the Copenhagen Academy of Medical Education and Simulation, and also the Universities of Birmingham and Gloucestershire in the United Kingdom. Our latest innovation is Maia, Mirno AI Assistant. It allows educators to craft their own virtual patients. They are the ones with educational intent. Why should we tell them what they should teach with? Instead, they're able to do it themselves. Here, we're crafting a case of drug-induced anaphylaxis. The result is something that they know what they want their students to see, but with artificial intelligence, we're able to simulate the physiology of the patient, provide interventions, however unconventional they may be, and see the physiological response as a result. This is our vision of the future of medical simulation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Henrik.
Thank you for the good presentation. fascinating to see how video games can come into the life science industry like this. Can you say something about the realizations from your initial customers? Kind of what is the feedback, and what is the conclusions that you have made so far based on that?
In the beginning, I think we started with the idea of high realism. What I spoke about understanding that our value lies in this technology's ability to make people, clinicians, talk to each other and work as a team in a realistic way. That was a realization of just testing. So in working with the University of Gothenburg, we then understood that the focus needs to include that. And that's actually the value proposition of the product, is its ability to get clinicians to buy into the fiction of what we're showing and act in a way which is realistic compared to clinical practice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And from somebody who went through medical education, we need all the help we can have. So very nice presentation. I was curious, though, your solution here kind of presents patients with different symptoms, etc. But do they also kind of support the trainers or the pupils, whatever we want to call them, in this situation, like how they should be thinking? Or is that the role of the physical teacher? So which role does it? Is it the simulation including the support, or is it kind of just a simulation?
That's a good question. So our simulations include a facilitator. They use an iPad with a separate application, which allows them to really sort of drive and manipulate the patients. One quirk of our product is that the virtual patients do not have any listening ability. Instead, we use the facilitator as the ears, because in real teamwork, there's too much noise and talking over each other for AI to hear the correct speech, which is being directed at the virtual patient. But the facilitator can very easily pick out what is being said. So they drive speech, which is AI generated, but they're ultimately in control of it. This year, we'll be adding more data collection and analytics to help with debriefs. And as you know, debriefs are really where the learning happens. It's where someone who has been paying attention and taking in the dynamic of what happened is able to then help them with, okay, here's where there needs to be corrections and what you could do better. So we still really believe in the human, the facilitator role. We're not really trying to replace it, but we're trying to provide them with more information and more data to make their job easier and more powerful.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you very much, Ian.
Thank you.